Hello, welcome to DK Bowl Chat. I'm glad you're here. Today I'm going to do a background for a possible bird in the future. On this canvas, it's a 5-inch canvas. I'm going to start with clear gesso with a little bit of quinacridone red and trying to think here, and paint. I'm going to spin that in and just put it on with I'm going to put it on with this and a dry brush. I'm not going to make it 100% cover the whole thing. But this is clear gesso and a little bit of quinacridone red and burnt sienna. It was there all the time. I'll get over the sides as well. For a 5-inch canvas, it has pretty good sides on it. There we are. But yeah, I'm glad you're here with me. Wait, stay with me. When I finish today, the canvas will look like this. So stick around, and we can paint an abstract background together. Again, this is quinacridone red, clear gesso, and burnt sienna. It's the burnt sienna that I keep sticking on, but that's okay. It's right there. That's burnt sienna. I'm going to use a dry brush to push this around. So it's going to be thicker in some areas. In some areas I want it to be lighter. So I might put white there or take it off with a paper towel. There we go. Okay, so where's my, I'm going to have some area on here that's going to be lighter because it will be where the light will be coming from. That's right. So we'll just put a little spot in here. It's going to be lighter. I don't want it dead center or right in the middle. I want it to be up and, you know, about a third from the top, third over, that kind of thing. And I'm going to use a dry brush to brush this all out. I have a 1-inch brush here. And get all that extra from the paper towel off. And I'm just crisscrossing this in. The canvas was already previously gessoed before I started with the red and the clear gesso. But I might, after I'm done here, go ahead and gesso up a few canvases so I'm ready for future paintings. I like the red background. And in this case, what, sort of a peach, pink background. Maybe not so much peach, but pink. Okay, let's get that spot back. Where's that spot? There we are, we're going to bring it back. This is just a damp paper towel. Push this around, get my edges to be less. And it looks like I missed a spot at the top here. I'll get that on the side. Let's get a little bit more of that off of there. Just a little bit. Yeah, it's almost like there's a little window there, huh? Okay, so I've got different colors on my palette. Today I put a phthalo blue that is a red shade phthalo blue, just to try it out. I think I'll start with that. I'm gonna get these guys wet so they're not drying with paint on them. Okay, so I've got another 1-inch brush, but I want to use a round brush. I'm gonna use a round brush. It's a number 9, number 6. It is a number. It's a number 6. What am I thinking? Number 9. Okay, so I've got phthalo blue, and this is the red shade phthalo blue. Let's see what we make here with it. A little bit clear gesso, a little bit of white maybe. There we are. And I want this to be more cohesive. I'm not going to have it be a drastic line between them. I'm just putting in, I'm going to put in an abstract background. Rinse this off. I'll show you the difference. This is phthalo blue with, it's a green shade phthalo blue. I'm going to do some of that as well. And that's the difference. You can kind of see the difference. May not be that noticeable to you. But this could be a hydrangea bush. I'm going to rinse off this brush and put a little bit of white there. Again, cleaning off my brush, getting some more white. There we go, and I'm just going to blend this a little bit with I have a 1-inch brush, a dry 1-inch brush. I'm just tapping it in. I'm going to rinse that one off. That one's done. I'm not going to use that again. I'll grab another one if I need it. I want to put in some green as well. So this is kind of a bright green. Not necessarily my favorite, but I'll put it in here and add white to it. It is outside, it is spring. This is April 15th, so people are frantically doing their taxes, I think, if they haven't already done so. When I grew up, my mom would wait till the evening right before and drive it down to the post office and drop it off. I remember that as a kid. But I got mine done a couple days ago. I don't follow her. I didn't follow the way she did them. Okay, so this I'm gonna tap it out with another brush. There we are. And it'll just kind of transition into green there. Very good. Again, I want it to look like flowers. That brush is done. Once I wet them down, I don't use them again. You're gonna have some green up here too. Over the side. And I'm gonna put some of that red shade phthalo blue in here in spots. You get a big brush to blend it. And just tap it. I can go over the side with it a little bit. And rinse that off. And get another one. I also have sponges to help blend, which I can do that. And I don't know if I want that much green, we'll fix that. All of this is fixable. If something goes a little off of what you were thinking, change it. Now's the time to do it. I think the center is going to have more white in it. Let me clean this off. I'll get that brush wet. We'll go on to the next one. kind of cleared that out a little bit, but more white. There we are. And this blue will blend with it because it's fresh on here. Getting a dry brush. Alright. My goal is to use every brush in my brush holder. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to use them all. Sure seems like that when they start piling up. But I want them to be dry. If I use a wet brush, what it's going to do is remove the paint, and I don't want that to happen. It'll make the paint not stick there. So I have to get a dry brush each time. I'm going to add more white to my palette. Oh, I guess I'm going to spray some white first. Okay. Putting some white on here. More white. There we are. And then I'll blend that. So I've got a sponge to play with, and it's dry. I haven't done anything with it. I'm just going to tap with it, see what I can get to happen. I might move and push. Let's push back and forth. There we go. It's just a sponge. The poor thing gave up its life for art. I had a friend give me the sponges, and I thought, oh, but you know what? They were a gift to me. I'm going to use them. I don't think the person bought them either. Like, I think that they sold them, meaning they were a sample. Okay, so I've got that out to the edges, but I would not go out to the ocean and grab a sponge to use for my art. If somebody gives them to me, I'll use them. Okay, that's good. I need to put more green, especially here and here. Could be in between the hydrangea bushes. This is a wet brush. I'm going to be careful with it. I'm going to make sure it's not going to pick up all the paint. Just tap them with the wet brush. Enough to get it to move. There we go. Now I can use my sponge. There we are. Coming back in with it. More green. And I've got a darker green here. That's pretty bright. It's a bright, what would this be, a Kelly green? It is called middle green, but I'm gonna call it Kelly. I'll call it Kelly green. The color is pretty bright green, and I can tone it down with a little bit of red. So I'm gonna put some quinacridone red into that to tone it down a bit. It's pretty close to Hooker's green now. I'll frame the side here too. And I'll show you where it's picking up the excess paint here and taking it off. That's where I put the damp brush, so I need to not do the damp brush. And I already know that. As soon as you put a damp brush on here, it would just remove the paint. So I can let that sit for a minute and then I'll blend it. This part didn't have any. No water here. There we are. And I think I'm going to put some pink in here too. I know we have it in the background, but I'll put some pink in there. And I can tone that pink down. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's really vibrant. Don't know if I want vibrant pink in there right now. Maybe. I'll add a little bit of white to it. And I'm going to add a little bit of green to it to tone it down a little bit. Get it to tone down just a bit. Green is the opposite on the color wheel of red. That means green will tone down pink a lot. Make it pretty close to the background color of what I got on there. I'll lay that down. And I'm going to blend just the edges like I did in the previous paintings. If you haven't seen them, I have a few paintings of painting backgrounds. They're fun. I think that they're a fun thing to do because if you paint with me, your background's not going to look like my background, is not going to look like anybody else's background that they're painting, because you're putting on the brush strokes, which is good. It's a good thing. You don't want it to look exactly like mine, so just have fun with it. Keep painting in more pink. I think more pink would be good. This is a good pink. Going a little bit lighter. Leaving the green. And this brush is dry. I'm going to make some more pink up here that's sort of toned down in color. I'm going to put some pink in there that's not toned down. A little red, a little white. There we are. Gonna get over the sides as well. I'm gonna add a little white to it. And blend that together. I got some green. That's fine. I'm going to blend it with a sponge. And when this is done, I will wash this sponge off. Another way to easily remove any paint would be to spray it down and then tap it with the brush. Gonna grab more green. But it is spring outside, and it is just beautiful. There's so many flowers blooming. It rains here in Oregon, but it's fine. I like the rain. That's so the flowers grow. Okay, I've got green on that side, a little bit of blue. I'm gonna blend that out. I'm gonna put more blue up top, I think. That would be good. And the brushes don't matter. I mean, they do matter, but I'm using a filbert brush now. I don't know if I even told you the other brushes I'm using, but I'll tell you what, you could use pretty much anything. You could use a sponge. Yep. Coming in here with phthalo blue green shade. Gonna add some more white. So I got that wet, and it probably will take it off if I tap it with a sponge. Let's see, we'll take this over the side. Make less of the red over there. And there's still clean parts of the sponge. Need to be careful because it's going to try to take off some of the paint. We don't want that. I love doing abstract backgrounds. It's a way to be creative. No rules, really no rules. I'm thinking the whole time, composition. I'm thinking about where do I want the light to be coming from, and it's going to be center, but really no rules. Okay, we're going to get this to move a little bit over here. This is distilled water in a little spray bottle. There we are. Yeah, very good. Okay. Put a little bit of white in the middle and paint that on out. So I didn't put it on the palette. I'm just going to paint it from here out. There it is, right in the middle. I've got a little piece of it sitting right here. I don't know what that's from. Get that off of there. Come on. There we are. And we're going to blend this out as well. I got a little bit of white on my, or a little bit of water on my brush. I'm going to touch between the two places where they are. blending between the two. Because there's no hard lines. I don't want hard lines. Okay, dry brush. And it may bring it all the way back to the canvas, that's okay. I'm gonna wipe this off and continue. There we are. Okay. You can blend it. I'm going to put a little bit of definition in the green. I have my green brush right here. Definition meaning I'm going to put a color that's a little darker. I'm going to make it stand out a little bit more. You will know this is green. There we are. There we go. Just getting a little bit of green on there. And then I'm going to put some lighter green in the foreground. Okay, we're going to let this blend out with my sponge. Which has all sorts of colors on it now. Yeah, that looks good. Very nice. All right, I'm gonna get some dark green too, which is just quinacridone red and green. Makes a lovely dark green, almost like hooker's green. The one I typically use. There we go. There we are. And then I'm going to blend out a little bit of the green on the top here. All I have to do is touch between where the two colors are. Just tap in between. Got a little bit of blue in there. It's fine. Just make it go away. Rinsing off my brush. Tap it with the sponge. Rinsing that one off. Come in here with a little bit of red. Some of the red has green in it. Gonna make flowers, huh? Flowers will come in. Blending the in-between line between these flowers and the background. There we are. That line to be nice and soft, a nice soft line between the two. Okay. So I have a scripture to share with you. It's been one of my favorites for years, and it is Psalm 1:1, and I have memorized it because it is very comforting. It is. Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on that law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers. Not so the wicked. They are like chaff that the wind blew away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to destruction. Yeah, I find that very comforting. Okay, that's good. I think that's good for the blending. As far as composition, I might go lighter blue up here a little bit. It almost looks like a globe, the color of the globe. And I mix some white with some blue over here. Make it a little bit lighter. I won't get rid of all the green, just some. There we are. Yeah, Psalms is one of my favorite parts of the Bible to read. There's so many verses in there, and very encouraging scripture. Okay, we're going to get some more red. Do I have more red on here? Right here. You can get it. And we'll load the, or blend the edges. There we go. And I'm just touching in between where the edges meet to help blend them out. I think I need to blend up where I put the blue. There we are. A nice dry 1-inch brush would be nice to help blend it out. I love blue and green. Those are my two favorite colors. Let's get a flat brush. Coming right between where these colors are sitting on top of each other. They will get along just fine. And I actually did this painting while the gesso was still wet. It's okay. Like I said, no rules. No rules. Just enjoy. Gonna get that and wet down the brush. I will wash these brushes afterwards. There we are. I'm just going to pull between the two. This one needs a little bit of water, not much, just enough to move it. Right over the line where they meet. And I will have to get the rest of the sides at a later time. I don't need to do that while you're here with me. I can do it later. But I am taking a wet brush, which will remove paint. I don't want to remove too much. I want to get it to be on the edges blended. I like what it did with the red over here. And I don't know if I have more red. Let me see. I think I put it up already, but I'm gonna try with a little bit more. And we'll blend that out too. There we are. And I could put green in between them. Let me see here, I need to blend that out a little bit. Okay, going in between the lines, I'm going to blend it. I'm just touching in the line of the red. Yeah, that's good. More white. To keep bringing back that white a little bit, huh? One thing about these colors, if I was accidentally mixing them together, they're not going to make some color I don't want. Red and blue will make purple, and green and blue we'll make teal, which I really like a teal. Wouldn't mind if green and blue mixed together. I'm going in little circles now. I need to blend that out. I'm going to do that. I have a filbert brush. Big enough to do quite a few. There we go. I'm really liking the direction that it's going. If I'm putting on water, I need to be careful about picking up too much paint. I don't want to do that. I do want to add a little bit of green to the red. Green and red make brown. It wouldn't matter if they did mix together. Let me blend that out. And this brush has water in it, so I'm going to just gently persuade the green to blend. Okay, I'm going to blend that out. More green. I'm just tapping the edge where I just put that color on. Tapping the edge where it meets the other color. Going in the red again. It's a different color red because it's mixed with some other colors, but I like it. That's what I'm going to paint with. And I need to tap out where the green was put in. No hard lines. There we go. Getting more red. Quinacridone red. I need to move that little bit of pink in there. I'm going to get that line just blended out. There we are. I'm going to go a little lighter blue over here. I've got the blue, I've got the white, I can do it. Acrylic paint always dries darker than what you paint on there. So you kind of have to plan for that to be the case. edges. Just getting that edge. Blending that edge. And you get where the white meets the blue. I could picture a chickadee flying on this background. I learned that chickadees are, when they do their call, the more they go, you know how they go chickadee, dee, 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 like that. The more they do it, the more in danger they are. So, or they think they are anyway. So, I don't know, I just love birds. God made them so intricate and beautiful. Fun to paint for sure. Is there anything bugging me about this right now? I gotta do the sides. I know that. I can get this guy blended a little bit better. Anything I do today, I can remove it. And I say that in other videos. What I mean by that is today, if I wanted to take it off, I could rinse off the whole canvas. I wouldn't do that, but I have done it in the past. You can do it. If somebody takes the wrong direction, or they want to turn it around, change it, you can definitely do that. Because this acrylic won't dry super hard until later today. Takes a few hours. There we are. That does look like flowers. It looks like roses, maybe. Yeah. I could put one over here too, maybe. I think I will. Why not? Take off some of it, and then I can blend that edge where that new flower kind of got imprinted. There we are. Just as if I was cleaning off something I didn't want there. I see the canvas through right here. I'll blend it with that brush I had on the edges. I'm so glad you joined me today. I hope you please watch all the videos on this channel. I have quite a few that are backgrounds. I enjoy painting the backgrounds. I have some that were from paintings I was doing at the time, but always something new, right? This is still new because it's not like the other backgrounds that I've done. Every painting is a new challenge, in a good way. I'll put a little tiny bit more red. I'm not done with the red yet. There we are. And clean that off. If you like this video, please like it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to DK Bowl Chat. Let me get that top line with the flower. Right here. I'm using a damp brush and just touching the line and moving it. There we are. You guys, I'm gonna find out if there's red on my brush. There we are. Move that blue. All right. I think it's just about done for the background. And I have a few brushes to clean up, which is good. Please come back and join me for the next video of this. I'll be putting something in the foreground, as well as painting. I need to paint the sides. I'll do that before I come back to the next video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking this video if you like it. Thank you for sharing my channel with your friends and family, especially if they want to learn how to paint. I still do classes here at my home studio, but I would like to encourage people that want to paint to paint. Putting back the green here. Yeah. Okay. Please come back and watch part 2 of this, where I put something on top of it that will be painted in. And God bless you. I will see you in the next video.